Good morning, everybody, from the Woodhill Sands Equestrian Centre, some 30 kilometres north of Auckland. Today, we have day one of a two-day festival, the Giltrap Audi World Cup Festival. And with me, my very good friend, David Nichols from the middle of the Waikato. Welcome, David. Lovely to see you.
Thanks, Jeff.
And David, what are we expecting to see today?
Well, today, basically, we're going to have a bit of a warm-up for what's going to lead into a very, very exciting day tomorrow. A lot of these horses' first day of competition as well. There was a bit of a practice day yesterday. A lot of these horses here looking at this wonderful Giltrap Audi arena. They've got a lot to look at, but it's going to be an exciting set of jumps today.
David, you as a former Pony of the Year winner in 1996, I think I've got that right,
Yes,
haven't I?
correct.
No,
Yep,
wonderful horse pony called Exquisite. What sort of tensions in the air with the riders at the moment on a day like this?
I think too, a lot of these jockeys here, especially the ones you'll see in the main ring here, a lot of them are experienced. The mental toughness is a lot different to what it was back in 96. And a lot of these jockeys here are going to be enjoying it, but they're also going to be quite nervous to make sure that all their preparation and hard work is actually going to pay off.
Fantastic. And the first class, David, in the ring?
The Vodanovich metre 30 horse championship. It's a speed class, so one round against the clock. So it'll be quite interesting to see the time set by a lot of these early riders. They can go out, put the pressure on all these riders to follow, or they go around for a nice canter around in a schooling class. So you'll see a bit of both today.
I think in an A2 class with a ground like this that they won't be afraid to push the button.
Oh, I think there'll be a few early on. Just looking at the draw, there'll be a couple early on that'll go and push the button. And then I think we'll start to see a little bit more heat up as we get through the class as well.
Okay, well, we've got the first horse in the ring, so I think we're set to go.
So Lucius GNZ for Madison Crow is the first in the ring. Bred at Golden Grove Stud by Paul Fuchs and the team. And Madison, formerly riding out of Martangi, trained by Clark Johnston. I'm interested to see how this combination goes. First out in the Vodanovich Law TA2.
So Madison Crow completes her ride on Luscious GNZ with a four-fault round in a time of 92.44, David.
Yeah, nice little round. And as I said earlier there as well, it's going to be a couple that'll go quick, and there'll be a couple that'll just take this for a nice schooling ride, and just a warm-up for tomorrow's big day.
So the second combination in the ring is Sally Kinship with Request.
So a couple of rails coming down here for Sally at the moment on request. So time allowed for this course of 93 seconds. So all riders need to finish within the 93 seconds. Otherwise they will occur time penalties. But this being a A2, as we know it, or a speed class, 1 round against the clock, a lot of these riders will be under that time.
Well, certainly a very fast round from Sally Kinchef on request, but unfortunately 12 faults, that's 3 rails down, David.
Yeah, 3 rails. Should be probably a little bit disappointed with that, but again, these rails here are quite light. It's not going to take much to knock them down. So just one there at the Weather Beater triple bar, and then one followed by at the Talk Digital as well. So Sally Kinchef aboard request. Vodanovich Law Horse Meter 30 TA2 here at the Wairemata Show Jumping World Cup Festival.
And the next combination of the rings, Alexa Randall with Carnival NZPH. The NZPH is a breed down in the Hawke's Bay, Dave.
Yeah, bred out of Ocean Beach, NZPH, with Walker Hansen and his crew down there. Bred some wonderful, wonderful horses, a lot of World Cup horses previously as well out of the NZPH team. We'll see some later on this afternoon as well in the as we get up the grades in the bigger classes. But Alexa out of Tahihi Farms in Karaka, so not too far away from home is Alexa. Had a couple of years off while studying at university was Alexa, but now back to putting a lot of her efforts into show jumping as she comes through the breast cancer double.
Dave, I've already talked about the standard of the ground, and I don't see any slipping out there.
No, it's beautiful ground. Emma and the team at Wairemata Show have done a wonderful, wonderful surface preparation here, and big thanks to Tony and TM Nurseries for supplying the beautiful arena decorations. One of the best decorated arenas you'll see in the country. So good round so far for Alexa with 2 left to jump.
So Alexa Randall completes her ride on Carnival NZPH. It's a 4-fault round in the time of 86.90. Olivia Dalton now will ride Yolambi's Garibaldi. Interesting name, this, isn't it, Dave? Olivia Dalton, with what's going on in the harbour near Auckland.
Yeah, very much so. I don't think Dad will be on course here watching. I'm sure he'll be out watching the boats. And possibly even out at the moment already with Emirates Team New Zealand. A big challenge ahead of them coming up in March. But it was amazing racing yesterday. But all our eyes here in the Giltrap Audi World Cup Festival for 2021.
Interesting rider, isn't she? I remember when she first came on the scene, she was just a little wee dot. But she's always performed to the highest expectations.
She has. She's always had the best of help and assistance and coaching, and she's also one very, very determined young lady, is Olivia. So taking it, as we said earlier in a bit of a build-up, a lot of these riders here will be taking them nice and quiet, just to warm up, get the horse to see the arena, feel the footing, see what it's like. For a lot of these riders and horses, it's their first show for 2021 after the Christmas hams and festivities that we were so gratefully afforded here in New Zealand.
Not sure how old Olivia is, Dave, but she's very smooth in her riding, and you talk about her father, and he just might be watching it in a live stream, do you think?
He very well could be, yes. He very well could be. So if he is, best of luck to Emirates Team New Zealand when they get out on the water. And great to see they survived the capsize and back again. So she heads now to the last, does Olivia. Good round so far for Olivia. And if you have to think about it, it's too late. You've made the wrong choice. And that's how quick it is. Unfortunately, it's the sport that we do and the sport we love.
So Laura Inkster completes her ride, a bit of a whoopsie in the middle on her horse Nakama MVNZ. Next to go, Samantha McIntosh riding Takapoto Allée des Chez Noir. That was a mouthful, but I think I got it right.
I'm not going to argue with you, Stu, there at all. When those of you that watch One News, you will have seen Sam on the One News Sport yesterday. You see inside turn there, first one of the lot from Sam, and arguably one of New Zealand's best riders. Great to have her back here in New Zealand, looking for a spot to go to Tokyo Olympics, which will be now 2021, not 2020. And Takapoto Allée des Chez Noirs looks to be a little bit of a handful this morning. Sam using all of her skill and experience to get this around clear as best she can. She comes to the Giltrap Audi double.
You're right, Dave. The horse is full of himself this morning, and she's doing a remarkable job.
Yeah, I think head groom Robbie Manson may have given him an extra scoop of oats last night, but looks to be settling a little bit more as he goes around. Looks to be getting quite strong, but Sam does a lovely job.
Well, fabulous ride there, Samantha McIntosh riding Takapoto Allée des Chez Noir. It really is a fabulous combination, and we look forward to seeing them go later in the show, David. That's no faults in a time of 81.09.
Yeah, and goes right to the top of the leaderboard too, does Sam. And even though she didn't look quick, there's still probably another at least 5 to 10 seconds to take out of that time as well. So I don't think she'll win, but she'll be stoked with that, just used as a nice little warm-up.
So after that very controlled and spectacular ride from Samantha McIntosh, it's Lee Shell Small now with AMS Dulce NZPH.
So Lachelle Small on AMS Dolce NZPH, another NZPH bred horse. AMS is the saddlery company that sponsors Lachelle. And again, another very accomplished young lady is Lachelle. Father, a trotting trainer from Ramarama, training trotting horses.
The riders are looking remarkably relaxed, aren't they, for day one? They're nobody's getting too excited.
No, they're either they're not awake yet, or they've all chilled out a little bit. So it's which is great to see, really. It's fantastic to see this competition and just ticking along.
Well, another mighty ride this time to Lichelle Small, David, 78.15.
Yeah, again, 3 seconds quicker than Sam, and when Sam went, I thought there was probably 5 to 10 seconds left on Sam's time. And again, we saw Lichelle go. She wasn't super quick, but she kept the rhythm and she kept nice tight lines.
Now, Oliver Croucher, a young man from the Waikato, has come to the ring on Waitangi Surf, and this horse is bound to be bred in the far north.
Correct, yeah, Joss Bailey and the crew up at just about as far north as you can get. So up by the New Zealand Surfing Champs up at Piha today.
Actually, Dave, they're very close to Paihia. I've been there, to where they live.
There you go. There you go. So this combination here is known to be very quick against the clock. So this will probably be one of the benchmark times, depending on whether Ollie's out for a little bit of a schooling round, getting ready for classes this afternoon and or tomorrow, or whether he's in this to win it. So he won't have to go super quick. Just keep his lines tight. If he comes inside fence 1 to the triple bar, he will go outside. So it is a bold move to come inside that fence there to this triple bar.
Isn't he regarded as Mr. Nice Guy in the show jumping world?
Very much so, yes. And the best part is this old man owns a brewery as well. So Croucher Brewing, and the Croucher family. Oh, yeah. I'm hoping to get a free beer tonight. So
mighty good turn on the far side of the ground.
Lovely corner. Just kept it nice and tight and just kept pushing around. So Waitangi Surf, or Paris as she's known in the paddock, jumping a lovely round. He's got 1 left to go, and his time will be very interesting to see.
Well, what a mighty ride from Oliver Croucher. He didn't seem to be really pushing the button, but he's come home clear in a time of 77.38.
Yeah, so again, another second quicker. So, and again, Ollie's time wasn't really super fast. There's probably another 3 to 5 left in that. If they want to win it, they're going to have to go quicker than that anyway.
And Dave, this is all happening in the Giltrap Audi Premier Arena.
Correct, here at Giltrap Audi World Cup Festival. Great show put on every year. Nigh on perfect conditions.
So in the ring now, Ike Unsworth with Charlie NZPH, another New Zealand performance horse. Looks absolutely magnificent too, Dave.
Yeah, really nice type of horse is Charlie NZPH for Ike. And it's great to see Ike back in the ring after a bit of a hiatus. Became a real estate agent in Bay of Plenty, did Ike. And very accomplished rider is Ike. Rode a wonderful mare Ceremony VDL to World Cup levels, so not at World Cup levels just yet with his new mounts that he's on, but it's great to see him back in the ring. Used to ride for Mount View Sport Horses, did Ike, and he rode that lovely stallion Picabello.
This horse doesn't want to hit the front rail with his front legs, does he? He puts them right up around his chest.
Very sharp in front.
84.69 is the time, and it's clear.
So drop into 4th at this stage, unofficially, will Charlie NZPH and Ike Unsworth. The Vodanovich Law Horse Meter 30 Championships. TA2, 1 round against the clock, and at the moment, time to beat of 77.38, set by Oliver Croucher and Waitangi Surf.
Just while we're waiting, Dave, do you think that we can see a few more seconds come out of these rounds, because they have sped up a bit?
I think there is possibly 1 or 2 that are going to go a little bit quicker. Our next couple of combinations, we've got Mark Wells, Tessa Ranger. Melody Matheson won't be far away as well. She's usually pretty quick against the clock. But we will look as we go further down the line. And a young lady originally from Auckland, Lisa Coop, she will be well and truly the favourite of this class to take out the win, and I reckon she'll possibly take, I'm going to go conservatively 5 to 6 seconds off Oliver's time. I think you can, to win this class, you're going to have to be in and around about the very, very low 70s. Ollie at 77. I think Lisa will probably try and go around in about 70 to 71. So very quick against the clock on her horse, Kingsley Couture.
Right, slight delay, but into the ring now comes Alexa Randall with LC Tango, another LC.
Yeah, LC was the Cohen family from, or Lindemann Cohen, LC, Lindemann Cohen, originally out of Clevedon, had that wonderful, wonderful stallion, Limburg des Hayets, who went over to Europe and it competed very, very well, Limburg des Hayets, and the sire of a lot of very, very nice horses competing at present. So welcome back, Alexa. And Alexa, she rode as third to go on Carnival NZPH. So we'll see what she can do and whether she can go any quicker on LC Tango.
In the ring, Alexa Randall now with LC Tango. That's the horse that David was talking about. And she looks as though she might be in a bit of a hurry. Well, another mighty round this time from Alexa Randall with LC Tango, 84.69 is the call from the judges, 84.69, and that looks to me fourth place for her at this point. Now we go to Mark Wells, who rides a horse called Riverside Time Traveller. So Mark Wells underway, clear over the fifth fence, clear up to date. Across to the fence on the double on the far side, just touched one, but it stayed up. Mark Wells. Touched that fence, but it's staying up. The glue is right for him this morning. 4 faults at fence 10, 1 from home. So a very positive ride there from Mark Wells with Riverside Time Traveller. Very positive. In fact, too positive because 2 fences have come down. Total of 8 in a time of 84.91. So there's not going to be any cash for him at the end of the round. So in the ring now, we welcome Tessa Ranger, who rides this lovely horse called Lavello.
Better than being dressed by Anna Stratton.
So Dave, Tess Ranger with Lavello all clear up to date.
Yeah, Tessa, originally from the middle of the Waikato, town just outside of Putaruru. Studied to be a nurse.
I think she'll make a damn good nurse too when she gets there.
And electing to retire there is Tessa aboard Lavello. So still a time to beat, 77.38, set by Oliver Croucher and Waitangi Surf.
So in the ring now, we welcome Melody Matheson, who rides Quarterflex Enya MH.
Yeah, so MH, Matthews Hanoverians, from down in the middle of the North Island. And you'll see Melody out in the big class tomorrow and also the bigger class this afternoon on her other mount, Graffiti. Her World Cup mount, very, very talented young lady from the Hawke's Bay is Melody. Twice the runner-up at the Olympic Cup in Horse of the Year in the last 2 years was Melody. And a great jump-off, thrilling ride in March 2020 for second against Brooke Edgecombe. It's another one of Melody's younger horses coming up through the grades and just going for a nice canter around. Give the horse a look at this arena.
You're talking about it being second twice at the Horse of the Year, David. Gee, how close was it?
Oh, it was far too close. It was too close for memory. She did everything she could, and Brooke had to chase it. And sure enough, Brooke chased it down. But hopefully this year we head to Land Rover Horse of the Year in March. Can Melody go third time lucky, or will she be a 3-time bridesmaid?
So Melody completes her ride, all clear but not fast enough, as the judges call in my ear. So David, as you said, just a schooling round.
Yeah, correct. And we said earlier as well, standing down by the GP Audi, we were expecting some to just go for a nice clear round, and there will be a couple still to come that will go against the clock and be very, very quick.
So at this point, it's still Oliver Croucher, Dave, with Waitangi Surf. Nobody's really got close to him yet.
No, and I think there's still a couple of seconds left in that time of Oliver's as well to shave off. So, but they've got to leave the rails up. Tasha Brooks is going to give it a go, though, by the look of the effort after the first fence there.
Fair to say, Tasha's never been one for mucking around. She's out there to win, and good on her.
Oh, exactly. And I was talking to her earlier this morning. She's very, very excited to be back in the ring after recently giving birth to her first son. And I said to her, I said, oh, you'll have to be pretty quick to win this class. And she goes, oh, is it a speed class? So she's achieved that there inside turn, inside to 1. So the time is great at the moment. She's got to leave all the rails up, though, because Oliver was clear, his time of 77.38. Nice turn on to fence 9. She's got 3 to go, has Tash. Versace C, formerly ridden by brother Nick, who is in the UK at the moment, comes to the last.
She's pushed the
Tasha
button.
Brooks, she's going to
How
push
brave
it.
can she be? Good stuff. New leader. You saw it coming, David. New leader.
Yeah, and she was close on that 5 second gap. There's probably another second left in there, though. She did a great ride, though. Absolutely brilliant ride. First combination to come inside the T&M nurseries to the triple bar. That now has to be done to achieve the win.
Well, the pressure's going on with about 7 or 8 horses still to go as we move now to Madison Crow with Waitangi Pin Interest. Another Waitangi horse.
Yeah, another one of these lovely Joss Bailey bred horses, and Madison Crow. Very, very accomplished rider is Madison. More commonly seen in the eventing circuit is Madison. Was planning on going to the UK in April of 2020, but the global pandemic said no, other plans need to go first. So her and her coach Clark deciding to stay here in New Zealand and base themselves out of New Zealand for a little bit longer, still with the plan of qualifying for Tokyo 21 in the eventing discipline. So 3 from home for Madison and Waitangi Pinterest.
So Madison Crow completes her ride on Waitangi Pin Interest. 4 faults, 89.41 was the time. Okay, so we're live on the ground now. You'll be able to hear what's going on. Just to those of you who might be really interested, which is most of us, the leader in this class at the moment is number 16, which is Versace C for Natasha Brooks, clear in a time of 73.97. This is the Vodanovich Law metre 30 A2.
Oh, this combination here, Lisa Coop aboard Kingsley Couture, owned by Kelly Stewart, will be very, very quick. We saw the quick turn after fence 1. They've come inside fence 1 now to this triple bar. Lisa wants to take the win. Oh, that's a real bummer there at the triple bar. It's one you don't see come down very often. But should you lower the height of any obstacle, you will receive 4 faults. So she won't go into the lead, but it'll be interesting to see what her time is as well, though. So Lisa shortens up and heads to the last. Kingsley Couture in the Vodanovich Law meter 30A2.
Oh, just the 4 faults it is for Lisa Coop with Kingsley Couture. 76.28, David. We thought that she'd be right up there.
I think too, after the rail came down at the weather beater triple bar, Lisa knew full well she wasn't going to win, so there is no point running the legs off her little horse. She is, as I understand, getting ready for the Celebrity Challenge tomorrow with this combination though.
Righto, so we move on now to Megan Stevens, who rides. Wrong information, correction. It's Samantha McIntosh with Takapoto Malaki.
So we see Sam back out again here, this time aboard Takapoto Malaki, bred by the team at Takapoto. And Sam having Takapoto Malaki up in the European summer before she came home, getting ready for Tokyo 2021 on her other horse, Chicken 2, until of course COVID-19 changed all plans for Sam. But great for New Zealand sport to have her back here in New Zealand competing. A lot can be learnt from this young lady. One of, and arguably the most classical rider New Zealand has ever produced, is Sam. She's 2 from home, is Samantha McIntosh and Takapoto Malaki.
So Samantha McIntosh completes her ride on Takapoto Malaki, clear in a time of 83.84. That will get them just on the leaderboard.
Slots her into about 4th or 5th at this stage, but with around about 12 combinations left to go in the Vodanovich Law horse meter 30.
Move on now to Philip Steiner with Casina Dior.
Do you miss Dave Rosie, please?
Philip Steiner completes his ride on Casina Dior. It was a slow round. He was clear though, 92.94. Right, we move on now to Emily Hayward riding Valchetta. Valchetta is the horse for Emily Hayward in the Vodanovich Law Metre 30 Championship. It's an A2 competition going on in front of us right here.
So time to beat at the moment, 73.97, Tasha Brooks and Versace C, followed by Waitangi Surf, Oliver Croucher. Then we have AMS Dolce NZPH for Lachelle Small. Fourth and fifth at the moment is Sam McIntosh on her two, and Charlie NZPH for Ike Unsworth. At this stage, rounds out the top six. About 10 combinations left to go. First of those we see here, Valchetta and Emily Hayward. Time to beat, 73.97.
Well, judges confirm a four-fault round for Emily Hayward riding Valchetta. 78.14 was the time.
Oh, yeah, an unfortunate rail there at the last at the GP Audi vertical for Emily and Valchetta. So a four-fault round, as said before. So Tasha Brooks still holds the lead, though, 73.97, some 5 seconds ahead of Oliver Croucher aboard a Waitangi Surf. Correct. Just looking in the list here, there's an Olympian in Clark Johnstone. He's soon to go on Aces High, and Scotsman's Valley definitely can go quick against the clock. And I'm sure Carissa McCall won't be here just to make up the numbers. Giltrap Audi World Cup Festival, 16th and 17th of January 2021. Here in the beautiful Woodhill Sands, 30 k's northwest of Auckland. This beautiful, beautiful ground set up by Waitemata Show Jumping. Emma and her team have done a wonderful job. The grounds are absolutely beautiful. Big thank you to Tony and the team at T&M Nurseries as well for the decorations. I'll see if I can find Tony and those of you on the grounds tomorrow. We'll see whether we can get some potted colour off his hands for free. So make sure you're here on the grounds tomorrow, and we'll see whether we can get you sent home with some greenery.
In the meantime, to the ring comes Sally Steiner with Cartoon NZPH. Once again, NZPH, Dave.
Yeah, another one of these wonderful NZPH horses bred in Ocean Beach. Quite a large number of these horses you'll see throughout the years and throughout the day here in Giltrap Audi Ring 1. Beautifully presented by Sally and her team. And Cartoon NZPH for Sally Steiner.
Well, the competitor Sally Stein has just touched the top of her head to indicate to the judge she's going to retire with cartoon NZ PH.
And again, too, I think with a lot of these horses out here in this class, quite a few of them will be just going for a nice canter around, getting ready for the classes later on today and tomorrow in preparation for the big Land Rover Horse of the Year down in March. You'll see a lot of these horses will have to step up at Horse of the Year.
Okay, into the ring now has come Jordan Appleton. Jordan Appleton with Scotsman's Valley.
Yeah, Scotsman's Valley, formerly ridden by Oliver Croucher, so we know this horse can go fairly quick against the clock. Time to beat 73.97. But unfortunately, with the rail down there at the GJ Gardner fence, Jordan won't be taking home the win at this stage, but still quite within her rights to carry on and jump all these fences.
So Jordan Appleton completes the ride on Scotsman's Valley, 3 fences down for a total of 12, and the time was 92.38.
So just inside time allowed of 93 for Jordan, but unfortunately those 12 fault.
Clark Johnston now will ride Aces High. Aces High for the top eventing rider and also top show jumping rider, Clark Johnston.
So great to have Clark here at Giltrap Audi World Cup Festival. And we'll see whether he goes for a nice forward schooling round or whether he's going to try and beat Tasha's time of 73.97. But with Clark's forward ride, time will be deceptive. But unfortunately, there, rail there at the GJ Gardner boxer as well.
Well, it's 8 faults it is for Clark Johnstone and Aces High. I don't think we were expecting that, but that's the game. 2 fences down in a time of 86.86.
Yeah, a couple of unfortunate rails there for Clark. But as we said, these rails are very, very light. The lightest of taps, and they will come down. So Tasha Brooks holds on to the lead for another ride. 5 combinations left to go. Vodanovich Law, Horse Meet 30, TA2.
maiden adjustment to bank 2, and I'm waiting to hear the sound adjustment through that bank. No, you're not going to walk. Those two knobs there control, this knob controls those speakers, this knob controls those speakers, right? I turned it up, I don't know if it's too loud now. And guess what?
Well, a lovely ride for Alexa Randall on Cirrus GNZ clear, but time was not good enough, 89.06.
Yeah, she will slot outside of the top 6. We have the top 6 at the moment. Tasha Brooks, Oliver Croucher, Lachelle Small, Samantha McIntosh on her 2, and Iconsworth aboard Charlie NZPH. They round out the top 6 at present. 3 combinations are left to go. Vodanovich, Law, Horse, metre 30.
In the ring now, we have Carissa McCall with Moonprint. Moonprint the horse.
Oh, lovely through the double there for Carissa. 4 fences from home. Carissa McCall on Moonprint.
Nice ride for Carissa McCall on Moonprint, all clear, 87.73. Certainly not good enough to get in the top 6.
No, but she'll be happy with that. Well, Carissa, she will be more than happy with an 87.73 clear round. And again, great to see Carissa back out in the arena doing what she loves. Couple of combinations left to go.
The herd has gone for Natasha Forsyth riding Centaurian. Centaurian the horse, Natasha Forsyth the rider.
I'll come and catch up with you in a minute.
Well, probably not the happiest ride for Natasha Forsyth on Centurion. Quite a few faults. Just bring you up to date on the score. At the moment, number 16 leads the class, which is Natasha Brooks, with a time of 73.97. Second place at the moment is number 9, and number 9 is Oliver Croucher with Waitangi Surf, 77.38. Third place is number 8 on our sheet, Leeshell Small with AMS Dulce NZPH, 78.15. Fourth at the moment on our sheet is number 7, Samantha McIntosh, with a time of 81.09. Fifth is 20 on our sheet, which gives Samantha McIntosh another spot in the top 6. 83.84 on Takapoto Malaki. And finally, 11 is 6th at the moment. That's Ike Unsworth with Charlie NZPH, 84.69. They're the top 6 at the moment. In the ring now, Amy Collinson rides Equifiber Grand Cur 36. So problems at the far side of the arena. The Liverpool it was for Amy Collinson with Equifiber Grand Cur 36. Large number of penalties, most of them time penalties. So we move on now to Resolution for Nikisha Lammers.
So Nikisha, originally from the far north, now residing in the Waikato with partner Matthew Dickey. And a bit of a purple patch of form is Natasha, so the time to beat at this moment, 73.97. You've got to go clear and faster than 84.69 to get in the top 6. Tasha Brooks holds the lead at the moment. Ollie Croucher in second, Leeshell Small in third. Samantha McIntosh holds 4th and 5th. And Ike Unsworth currently sits in 6th place at this stage. 2 combinations left to go. Nikisha certainly pushing for time. With an unfortunate rail there. She won't go into the top 6 at this stage. Vodanovich Law, horse metre 30.
Well, Nikisha Lammers certainly had a quick ride on Resolution, just the one fence down, it's 4, 77.03. And we have 1 combination left to go. Number 19 is the horse, and it's Megan Stevens with Visionaire. Still that wonderful ride by Natasha Brooks on Versace C leads this class 73.97. Got 3 to 4 seconds on the next horse.
So you don't make one yourself? Yeah, I do. Oh, you do? Yeah. But only one? Yeah. Why is that? I don't really feel like it anymore. And then you go and balance properly. I mean, like I would actually get the shape if I had to.
Finish, what a finish. Well, wonderful ride there. Megan Stevens on Visionaire, 89.70. 81, in fact. 81.70 was the time. Puts them into 5th place. So that completes the Vodanovich Law metre 30, David. Any comments?
No, it was a great class. And as we said earlier as well, Stuart, we saw some of them go against the clock and some of them as well. Just going for a nice canter around and a warm-up for what we're leading up to for the rest of today and tomorrow. Here at Giltrap Audi World Cup Festival for 2021, the big class on tomorrow, the New Zealand World Cup final. It is going to be a great spectacle. Hopefully the weather holds out and plays nicely for us tomorrow as well here at Woodhill Sands. 30 k's north of Auckland. If you get a chance, pop on out here to Woodhill Sands, just north of Acumu, to this great venue for great competition.
David, I have the official placings from the judges, all confirmed, and everybody's happy. A great win for Natasha Brooks, riding Versace C, clear in a time of 73.97. Second place went to Oliver Croucher, riding Waitangi Surf. He was clear in a time of 77.38. Third place to Lichelle Small with AMS Dolch, NZPH. They were third, clear in a time of 78.15. Fourth place went to Samantha McIntosh, riding Takapoto, Alay de Chez Noir, clear in a time of 81.09. They were fourth. Fifth place went to Visionaire for Megan Stevens, clear in a time of 81.70. And finally in sixth place, another spot for Samantha McIntosh, riding Takapoto Malaki, clear 83.84. Those combinations, please, for presentation. In front of the judges' box, please, those that are called out as place getters.
just going to replay now.
So in the Giltrap Audi Arena, the grass arena, presentation's been made in for Class 7, the Vodanovich Law Metre 30 Championship, which was an A2 competition. That means one round against the clock. And it was a great win for Natasha Brooks, riding Versace C. Absolutely scorched the field on a wonderful time of 73.97. Second place went to Oliver Croucher on Waitangi Surf, clear in a time of 77.38. Third place, Lichelle Small, AMS Dulce, NZPH is the horse. Congratulations being made by the judges. On to Samantha McIntosh, who was fourth and fifth. Fourth on Takapoto Alain de Chez Noir. That was fourth, and fifth, Visionaire. Correction. She was sixth on Takapoto Malaki. Sorry. Fifth, in fact, was Megan Stevens with Visionaire.
Well done, everyone. Well done, Sarah.
So we're here with Tasha Brooks. Tash, you've got to be pretty stoked with that. Is that your first class or just your first show back?
First show back. We had a little practice run yesterday, which was definitely necessary, but we're back in the game today and I'm very happy to be here. It's a beautiful show.
Well, great win, and you've got to be absolutely stoked. So good to have the young fella here as well. I see he's out with Grandma at the moment. So well done, congratulations.
Thank you very much, and I better give a little shout out to Nick for lending me such a nice horse while he's overseas. And yeah, very lucky.
I'm sure he won't miss it, and hopefully he was watching. But well done, Tash Brooks and Versace C, metre 30, Vodanovich Law winners for Giltrap Audi World Cup Festival 21.
I just didn't want to get in your shot. Don't worry about me. Oh, yeah, just fall in there. Yeah.